Well, I think the best way to sum it up was that we had some opportunities there to come up with some tough plays, and just didn't come up with those tough plays. Turnovers. We had 16 assists, 10 turnovers, timely ones, but just tough plays. As I told these teams, the tougher team today was gonna get this done, and I thought Loyola was tougher than us.
They didn't let you come up with those plays, or you guys?
We didn't come up with them. I look at it, it's a 50-50 ball. You can get it. We didn't come up with them, and there was a few of those where the ball's in the balance there. We just never came up with it. Got the ball in the right spots, right there near the rim, underneath the rim. Just couldn't get it over the rim. Couldn't come back with a second rebound. And we had some open looks that we didn't knock down too, but you can't always rely on those. That's why toughness was the key for today.
It's kind of an energy game a little bit too, trying to muster up some. Looked at times maybe.
Energy was definitely a factor.
And how physical was it in there?
It was pretty physical. All the bumping and hitting, but I'm used to it, so I just got to fight through it.
Or they start playing you different in the second half?
Yeah, a little bit. They just tried to front, so I just needed to use my hips and try to establish position, but it was a lot of bumping down there.
Where did you think it got away from you guys?
I don't know.
Variety of things.
Yeah, just a variety of stuff.
Caitlin, did you guys relax when you guys got up there? Got the lead early on? Or what'd you think?
Yeah, I mean, we tend to do that quite a bit. Get up 13 points, relax on defense instead of going to the killer instinct and getting the team out of a game. We allow teams to get back in. 7-0 run at the end of the half, and gives the team a lot of confidence going into halftime. And we're going into halftime down. Come out, they just attack us right away, and felt like we just allowed them to do it. We didn't give any fight.
Is that mental toughness, physical toughness, both?
It's both.
Did you yourself get a little aggressive there in the second half? Hit a couple threes, took it to the.
Seen things falling apart, so I tried to make something happen.
Kind of tough letting these home games in the league get away.
Any league game's tough, but definitely home games when you go out on the road, and it's always tough to get a road win, so you got to take advantage of the home games. But every night's a tough game in the league.
Rob, defense drop off in the second half? They were up over 60% there for a while in the second half.
They got on the roll. I look at that, and I look at free throws. They're 12 of 14. We're 5 of 11. That keeps you close there too. We had a free throw there that was disallowed, mental mistake. Those are backbreakers too. But yeah, shooting percentages were high, but they got the ball inside. Then they made some threes, and that tends to happen when you're feeling good. When you're ahead, things seem to go in a little bit easier, and when you're fighting from behind, that's where toughness comes in. And that's why I mentioned it in the first half. I thought the toughness of Loyola, the battle back, and then we had the same opportunity in the second half and just didn't quite muster enough to come back.
End of the first half, that timeout, what was the message there when they came at you? I think they ran off 9 in a row and you took a timeout late in the first half.
Just reminding these guys of what, the things that's going to make you successful is this has to be done all the time. And both teams are trying to win, but you still have control over your effort, and you have control over, how aggressive you're going to be. You have control of those things, and we just have to some reminders about making sure basketball things. It's not always just about the mental part of the game. It's just some reminders too about where we want to get the ball, and so it was a twofold timeout, trying to get some plays called in there, but just remind these guys about the things that we have control over. Our effort is one of them.
Do you think you had some momentum after the game the other night?
Well, you look at the league standings and you look at how things are going. This was a big game for both teams. And yes, momentum is something that we're trying to really get with this group. And We've come close, but have never been able to get over. Today's game could have put us over on the momentum side, so we weren't quite there. We're still trying to get it there. I thought tonight's game would have gave us a chance to get the momentum that you're mentioning.
Galen, any ideas to get that momentum going a little bit? String together some wins here.
I mean, going into the Green Bay game, we knew how big that was, and losing that was pretty big. But we allowed ourselves to be right back in it at the top with the win the other night, and the way things are unfolding. The top teams are playing each other. Everybody's getting losses. Like Coach said, this was a huge game for ourselves, and it's like all year long we haven't been able to take advantage.
Rob, you said momentum. This was a game to get some momentum going, but in the standings, this could have put you a game over 500. It could have put you +2 in the horizon. Did you feel like this was a must-win game going into today?
They're all must-wins. I look at it simply for this team, and it's easy for some people to watch us or to come in during the league and take a look at us. But I've been with this group all year, and what we're fighting for is to get some of that momentum of stringing some things together, knowing that things aren't going to be easy, and to pull out a few of these really tough wins, because we knew this was going to be a very difficult game for us. I don't care what their records are, and every game in the league's like that. It doesn't matter if you're 1-7 or 1-8 or 2 and whatever. You go into another person's, it's going to be a battle each game. But for this group, I've been with this group, and that's what we're talking about, momentum, trying to get these guys to really understand and really believe in what's going to take that next step. And the next step is things aren't going to come easy, but you can make it easier on yourself if you do the things that we've been talking about for the last few months. And we've come up a little short in some of those areas.
Three-point shooting wasn't particularly great. Tony and Tone combined 4 for 17 from behind the line. Did you think tired legs kind of factored into it at all today? Or?
Well, I'm not going to say that. I say that, again, the key to this game was toughness. And I go and I look at the stat sheet. Yes, we were 4 of 7. We were three-point percentage, 35%, if that's correct for the game, correct?
Correct.
I look up the stat sheet. I see them at 35%. So then it's those tough plays inside. And that's why toughness was the key for this game. And the ball from the perimeter is not going to go in all the time, but you can create more opportunities for yourself. You can finish on those. We got our hands on some balls we didn't finish. It takes a little bit of toughness to do that because bodies are being hit, and anything can happen in the balance when you're inside. So I know we're going to shoot threes. I know we're going to make more than we made tonight at times. But then it's when they're not going in, then what are you going to do? You got to be able to get something done inside, and you got to finish. You have to defend the post, and you got to get post touches and get to the free throw line and make them. Mental toughness, and that's not. That's where we came up a little short tonight on. Wow. I just listen to the trainers and whatever they tell me, and they told me he wasn't ready today. Yeah, that's all I can just work with the guys that we have available.